Hey, what's good, my fellow masters? So I just finished watching the Chaldea Broadcasting Station Lite Volume 1, though it might be a couple hours before this gets uploaded as my computer is a bit of a potato. This is of course a very brief summary of highlights from the stream. It was hosted as usual by Albert Cow, and he had with him his colleague Michael Casamento as co-host. But since it was a quote-unquote light version of CBS, unsurprisingly there were no pre-recorded segments from Kano-san or any of the game's voice actors. That said, the majority of the stream was more of a recap of Lostbelt 6 Avalon Lefay Act 1 in order to segue into Act 2. This included plenty of Act 1 spoilers discussed and shown in a video or 3, so I hope those watching along had actually finished Act 1 by this point. We also got a bit of insight regarding how the localization team approached translating Avalon Lefay and how important it was to properly convey the characters in the story chapter. Albert and Michael also discussed the battles in LB6 regarding how many of the battles require the use of story characters, and obviously how that can impact the overall difficulty. This trend will continue into Act 2. And then we got into the new info for Act 2. Well, I can't really say the info was all that new, but at least it was official as opposed to what we were just expecting. So the banner coming out with Act 2 will have Tamlin, Lancelot, and Percival, both of whom are Lancer-class servants. Tamlin Lancelot's unique third skill and MP characteristics were briefly explained. I covered this as well in my recent Lancelot Melocene Servant Overview video. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. I'll have a link in the description. As for the release of Act 2, it was stated to be right after the stream, but in actuality it will be when the server comes back after the scheduled maintenance. And obviously clearing Act 1 is needed in order to access it. The Story Clear campaign was brought up as a reminder of the availability of leyline stones to help with battles, and the 1/4 AP cost for the Part 1 and Part 2 story chapters up to Heian Kyo. They also highlighted the remaining limited mission sets from the Story Clear support campaign. And that's pretty much it for the information covered in the stream. Unfortunately, my guess didn't pan out, and there was nothing about a pre-release campaign for the 6th anniversary. But there's still time for something to pop up in the coming week or so. We'll just have to do the usual and wait and see. To anyone who will be rolling for Melocene and Percival, I wish you the very best of luck. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if the mood strikes you. And I hope you all enjoy the second act of Avalon Lefay. Cheers!